The Agent 001 in all of its nastiness. Look at this thing. Double-edged. We wanted to create this in collaboration with Bob DeMarco to have a very slim one. Look at that. Even from this distance, it's so slim. It's all the handle you need. Everything double-edged. You've got two with a clip point and a nice full belly, super sharp. They come in ADCRV, AEBL, a 4 1/4 inch blade, 165 thick steel, incredibly well balanced. The Agent 001, I really don't even know how these are even in stock. Look at this thing. Incredible. This is in the OD green. Next year, we're going to be coming out with these copper screws. They're hand-turned, handmade by a customer of ours. There's Bob DeMarco's logo. As always, everything made in the United States. Look at this clip point. So you've got two edges effectively, a defined clip. This is a full curve all the way through a belly for incredible slicing. I took this medial ridge and pushed it all the way to the tip to make that blade so strong. So we're going to push through. If you guys see, we've got the agents we have in stock 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 right now. So let's look at this. The length on the 001 right under 4 inches, so 3 3/4. We'll do the 002 right at 3. The 003, 3 1/2, just a touch over, and another 3-inch blade on the 4. And the 5 is right at 3 3/4 as well. What are the differences between the blades? Let's look. All the grips are interchangeable between all of these. We also have 3 more coming on these. The blade series, so many people love a Wharncliffe blade. A Wharncliffe is one of those type of blades that was used and synonymous for self-defense. You've got a super thin blade because it's towards the bottom of that thing. This one is also going to be the length where it's much more friendly to carry in those non-permissive environments. This has a full V-grind, an absolutely wicked, nasty cutter on this thing. More on that grip platform that makes the Agent such an incredible. The jimping is perfectly placed so you can do that hard push, and we made it aggressive enough to work with gloves, but not so aggressive that it rips up your meat. You can also do that Yojimbo Janet style forward press thumb break there with a super high grind. This thing is an absolute cutter. Look at that. 20-degree blade, ultra concealable. That's the whole name of the game with the Agent series. Concealable, low footprint, heavy traction so that you can really get a good grip on that. The grenade texture really sets this blade off. I mean, just look at this thing. If you're looking for something that kind of crosses into maybe utility and defense, the 003 is your guy. So a drop point style blade, but almost like a spear point. So you've got a really heavy swedge to aid in piercing, but then you've got the drop point for more utility and a nice belly for that slicing. Again, with that really high thumb ramp positioned where you can push down. You've got a lot of traction on this based on our classic Night Stalker CG blade, an incredibly popular drop point. The actual length on this, let's do a close-up of the length of the blade. So there we are, right at 3 1/4 sharpened edge. Incredible blade. This was actually one of the inspirations for the entire series, this particular blade shape. Bob loved the Night Stalker, and we didn't know that we were going to bring these, all the different blade shapes across. This one is in a G10 with the black screws. It's super easy to do on the website. Choose the blade shape, choose your steel, choose your grips, choose your screws, put it in the cart, get it to your house, put it in your pocket, and be the happiest knife carrier Night Stalker blade. Some people have been sleeping on the 004. It's a Puko style blade, a really aggressive, thick swedge on the back. There's actually a twist to the back edge of this, so it rotates inward to make as much tip thickness as you possibly can get across that. It's a short blade, but it's still 165 thick, so an incredible piercer. I mean, this entire thing with that straight back makes this thing super stout and will go through just about anything. This one actually works really well as an upland game bird style skinning knife as well. A lot of people choose it for that because you've got that very fine tip. Say you're processing squirrels or birds. This one does incredibly well at reaching those hard to get places. But again, you've got that stout tip with the swedge on the back to keep that tip from breaking if you hit a bone or any of your EDC style tasks. The 004 is such a great little blade. This is another one in the compliant length, right at 3. So this one is going to be, it's under 3, so you're 2 7/8, just in case you get one of these police officers that's a little bit concerned about what you're carrying. Here we go, moving on. This blade, the 005, is a classic clip point style blade. It just looks like it's made to be a folder, you know, just a really thin, ultra lightweight, especially if you order this thing in micarta, if that's your jam. This is the blue jean micarta, a very popular color, especially in the EDC genre. Look at that super high grind on this thing. This thing with this 20-degree edge, that nice tip is reinforced out there because the grinds are, may I say, perfect. I mean, it's just an attractive blade, super slicey. I tell people this is our full-size steak knife. So you get all of the benefits that have made the Agent Grip series incredibly popular with its grips, but you get a very lightweight, more EDC style blade with that classic clip. I mean, look at this thing. It's absolutely beautiful. And you talk about slicey, this thing cuts like a freaking laser. This one is a little bit longer on one of the balance points. So we're right at 3.5 inches on the blade length. Overall is going to be 7 7/8, so just under 8 inches. Super slimline carry with our sheaths. So we'll discuss about why is this grip platform popular and why did we create it. Bob DeMarco brought an idea to us. The idea was good. The execution wasn't as great, but we teamed up together and I've redesigned the entire handle platform. We wanted a hook so that this blade could be drawn quickly, but we didn't want something that locked you into the blade so much that it wasn't comfortable to hold. So I really worked hard to get this where you could draw this and tuck that finger up in there for a rapid draw and reverse grip, but also comfortable enough to rest your thumb on the back and to hold your pinky on there. So you get a full length grip. We'll run back through really quickly here. So the 5, I think you choose the 005 if it's more of an EDC style blade. This thing would double as a skinner, cutting your fruit, slicing your steaks, working around the grill. You know, not something that you necessarily want to pry with because it's a thinner style blade, but if you want slicey, everyday stuff, not quite as intimidating looking as some of the others. You know, this guy looks kind of pedestrian. Doesn't look intimidating, looks like a steak knife. You can use this at the restaurant. We really designed the 005 around EDC style carry. So the quick summary on which ones are which. I think you're going to go EDC for the 005. It's thinner. It's not going to stand up as much to prying and poking. Your piercer blade here on the Puko style of the 004, really, really stout, short, little, ultra concealable blade. The 003 kind of toes the line between defensive and EDC. You guys already know the Night Stalker is incredibly popular, but you get a full grip. 002, a wicked, wicked Wharncliffe slicing, nice, deep, wide cuts, and excellent defensive style blade. And we get to the 001. It is all business with this thing, guys. Double edges, clip points. The blade with this belly is specifically designed for deep, deep, deep cuts. You can get this in a single edge if you want to make it a little bit more EDC friendly. So there we are on the Agent Series grips.